welcome to the class. My name is Fatima Begum. Today I am going to continue the previous class starting with fundamental rights. As you know, this topic is included in your first chapter of Constitution, that is the formation of Constitution. So today we will talk about, as I said, fundamental rights. So what do you think about fundamental rights? First of all, I'll give you a basic information or basic explanation of the term rights, okay, and then we will discuss what we understand by fundamental rights. So why we need right? What is right? রাইটস গুলা কি, এই শব্দটা কি বা এই ফান্ডামেন্টাল রাইটস বলতে আমরা কি বুঝি? বেসিক্যালি কি হয়, সব একটা আমাদের কনস্টিটিউশনে কী কী দেওয়া আছে, গত ক্লাসে বা গত ভিডিওতে আমি বলেছিলাম যে আমাদের কনস্টিটিউশনটা বানানো হয়েছে সো দ্যাট আমাদের কিছু ডিমান্ডস থাকে, মিনস সিটিজেন্সদের কিছু বেসিক নিডস থাকে, এইগুলো যেন ফুলফিল করা যায়। কিভাবে সরকার এগুলো ফুলফিল করবে বা স্টেট, হাউ ক্যান স্টেট manage these things, how can they facilitate all the necessary things for the citizens of this country. So কি হয়, এই সবগুলা একটা আমাদের কনস্টিটিউশনে দেওয়া আছে। সো এখানে আমাদের একটা চ্যাপ্টার আছে পার্ট 3 as you know, in the constitution there are some various parts, some chapters, some articles, এইসবগুলো তো আছে, isn't it? সো এর মধ্যে ফান্ডামেন্টাল রাইটসগুলোকেও ইনক্লুড করা হয়েছে। ইনফ্যাক্ট আমরা এটা বলতে পারি যে ফান্ডামেন্টাল রাইটস ইজ আ ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট টপিক which is the foremost need for a constitution. শুধু দেশ কীভাবে চালাবে, সরকারের কী ধরনের পাওয়ার্স থাকবে, কীভাবে দেশটা চালিয়ে নেবে, এইসব দিয়ে যদি খালি কনস্টিটিউশনটা বানানো হতো, কী হতো, আমাদের আলটিমেটলি আমাদের যে কাজের জন্য বা যে গোলের জন্য আমরা ফ্রিডমটা নিয়েছি বা ফ্রিডম মুভমেন্টগুলো হয়েছিল, টোটালি বেসলেস হয়ে যেত, মিনিংলেস হয়ে যেত, ইজন্ট ইট? তো কী হয়েছে, আলটিমেটলি আমাদের ফান্ডামেন্টাল রাইটস, দ্য মোস্ট ইম্পর্টেন্ট টপিক ফ্রম দ্য কনস্টিটিউশন ইজ দ্য ফান্ডামেন্টাল রাইটস, ইজন্ট ইট? ফর দ্য সিটিজেন্স ইট ইজ দ্য মোস্ট ইম্পর্টেন্ট থিং। কী হয়, ফান্ডামেন্টাল রাইটসের আন্ডারে কী আছে, মানে ফান্ডামেন্টাল রাইটস বলতে আমাদের মৌলিক অধিকার বলতে কি, মানে কী হয়, তোমার একটা এই দেশে তুমি জন্মেছো, ঠিক আছে, তাহলে কি হয়, তোমার বড় হতে হতে কিছুটা বেসিক নিডস আছে, প্রয়োজনীয় কিছু জিনিস আছে যেগুলো ছাড়া তুমি লাইফ লিড করতে পারবে না বা বাঁচতে পারবে না, বা একটা কি সুগঠিত জীবন, আমরা যা বলি সুগঠিত জীবন, ওয়েল সেটেল লাইফ আমরা কি করতে পারবো না বা সেটা মেনটেন করে যেতে পারবো না। উই নিড সাম সাপোর্ট ফ্রম দ্য স্টেট, উই নিড সাম রাইটস ফ্রম দ্য স্টেট। এই অধিকারগুলো কি যেন সরকার কীভাবে আমাদের ফুলফিল করে দিতে পারে, বা হাউ উই ক্যান ফুলফিল দিস নিডস উইথ দ্য হেল্প অফ স্টেট কীভাবে আমাদেরকে সাহায্য করবে আমরা যেন সুগঠিত একটা জীবনযাপন করতে পারি, এই জন্য বা স্টেটের কী দায়িত্ব আছে সেটাই অ্যাকচুয়ালি ফান্ডামেন্টাল রাইটসের মধ্যেই পড়ে, ঠিক আছে? ফান্ডামেন্টাল রাইটস এটাই যে আমাদের প্রয়োজনীয় নিডসগুলো কীভাবে ফুলফিল করা যায়, স্টেট কীভাবে আমাদেরকে এটা ফুলফিল করতে সাহায্য করে, বা আমাদের কী কী অধিকার থাকার দরকার, স্টেটের উপরে আমাদের কী কী ধরনের অধিকার থাকার দরকার, যে এগুলো তোমাদেরকে আমাদের দিতে হবে বা স্টেট এইসব মেনটেন করতে হবে, এগুলোই হচ্ছে ফান্ডামেন্টাল রাইটস, ওকে? মৌলিক অধিকার মিনস এই অধিকারগুলোর মূল, এগুলো ছাড়া আমরা একটা সুগঠিত জীবন যাপন করতে পারবো না। উই ক্যান নট মেনটেন এ ওয়েল সেটেল লাইফ উইদাউট দিস রাইটস। দে আর দ্য বেসিক রাইটস, উই নিড দ্যাম সো দ্যাট উই ক্যান লিড আওয়ার লাইফ। তো মৌলিক অধিকারের মধ্যে কী কী আসতে পারে, তুমি যদি একটা ইমাজিনারি সিচুয়েশন, ফর এক্সাম্পল তোমাকে এখন বলা হয়েছে তোমার কিছু মৌলিক অধিকার আছে, এগুলো ছাড়া তুমি বাঁচতে পারবে না বা সুগঠিত একটা জীবনযাপন করতে পারবে না। অ্যাজ এ সিটিজেন তোমার যে কিছু প্রয়োজন আছে সেগুলো তুমি ফুলফিল করতে পারবে না। তো তোমার মনে কি আসবে, কিসের প্রয়োজন? তো প্রথমে কি মনে হয়, ফার্স্ট অফ অল আমাদের কি বেঁচে থাকার প্রয়োজন, ইজন্ট ইট? একটা সুগঠিত জীবনের জন্য ফর ওয়েল সেটেল লাইফ উই নিড টু লিভ, ইজন্ট ইট? উইদাউট, আমরা যদি বাঁচতেই না পারি, কীভাবে আমাদের এই অধিকার বা কী ধরনের হবে, সেটার তো কোনো মূল্য থাকবে না। দেন কি তোমার মনে কি আসতে পারে যে হ্যাঁ, আমাদের কিছু খাওয়া দাওয়ার প্রয়োজন, আমাদেরকে খেতে হবে, আমাদেরকে একটা ভালো জীবনের জন্য শিক্ষার প্রয়োজন আছে, আমাদের ভালোভাবে জীবনযাপন করার জন্য কিসের প্রয়োজন, এমপ্লয়মেন্টের প্রয়োজন। সো বেসিক্যালি হোয়াট, ফর এ ওয়েল সেটেল লাইফ, টু লিড এ ওয়েল সেটেল লাইফ, what we need, first of all we need to live, isn't it? Then we need to have education, we need to have employment, work, isn't it? তুমি যদি একটা উপার্জনের একটা কি তোমার যদি আর্ন করার একটা সুযোগ না থাকে, কোনো একটা চান্স দেওয়া না হয়, তুমি কিভাবে জীবনটা যাপন করবে? উইদাউট মানি ইউ ক্যান নট লিড ইউর লাইফ, ইউ ক্যান নট বাই দ্য থিংস ইউ নিড, ইউ ক্যান নট প্রোভাইড দ্য ফিজ ফর ইউর এডুকেশন, ইজন্ট ইট? কি হয়, আমাদের একটা এমপ্লয়মেন্টেরও প্রয়োজন হয়। সো এগুলো কি একদম বেসিক জিনিস। উইদাউট দিস থিংস তোমাদের কী হবে, তোমরা কী করতে হবে, আমরা কী করবো, বেঁচে থাকতে পারবো না, বা আমরা একটা সুভাবে জীবনটা যাপন করতে পারবো না। So what happened, the constitution makers, they understand that we need to provide some basic rights which is known as the fundamental rights. We need to provide this right in a written manner, in a documented manner, so that the citizen can have these rights in their life, and so that this can help them to lead a good life, to live the life that they deserve. Okay, a citizen, how he or she deserve to live, the constitution can provide these rights, and the state will be responsible for guaranteeing these rights to the citizen. So now we will discuss what kind of rights are available, or what kind of rights our constitution is providing for us. So basically কি হয়েছে, যখন কনস্টিটিউশনটা বানানো হয়েছিল তো তখন অনেকটা রাইট দেওয়া হয়েছিল, বাট আলটিমেটলি কী হয়েছে, যত সময় গিয়েছে এই রাইটসগুলোর উপর ডিসকাশন করা হয়েছে, কিছু পজিটিভ নেগেটিভ কি ইম্প্যাক্ট এসেছে, তো কী হয়েছে, অনেকটা অ্যামেন্ডমেন্ট করা হয়েছে, কিছুটা বাড়িয়ে দেওয়া হয়েছে, কিছুটা কমিয়ে নেওয়া হয়েছে। সো যখন প্রথম এই পার্ট 3 of the constitution, okay, it has recommended all the rights for each citizen, the fundamental rights, and the part 3 of the constitution. So এখানে right now we have 6 types of fundamental rights that we are enjoying in this country. So now I will discuss this 6 fundamental rights of our constitution in a little bit elaborate manner, and we will try to know what are the things given in our constitution. So let's see. প্রথম 6টা, okay, প্রথম right, fundamental right টা কি? So right to equality. So the most important right is the right to equality. See, these are the rights which are important, that's why these are included. Without this we cannot live our life. So first of all, the name, right to equality, the right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies. So কি এই শব্দগুলো থেকে তোমরা কি বুঝতে পারো, that these things are very much important, and these are very much important because of the way our country is, isn't it? See, তোমরা তো, আমি প্রথমে কি বলেছিলাম যে আমাদের খাওয়ার প্রয়োজন, বেঁচে থাকার প্রয়োজন, এইসব বলেছিলাম, বাট নাও দ্য ওয়ার্ডস লাইক ইকুয়ালিটি ইজ কামিং, ফ্রিডম ইজ কামিং, এক্সপ্লয়টেশন ইজ কামিং, দ্য ওয়ার্ড ফ্রিডম অফ রিলিজিয়ন ইজ কামিং। সো হোয়াট ডু ইউ থিঙ্ক, এইসব জিনিসগুলো কেন কনস্টিটিউশনের মধ্যে দেওয়া হয়েছে, বা কনস্টিটিউশন যারা বানিয়েছে ওরা কেন এগুলার ইম্পর্টেন্ট ফিল করেছে? হোয়াই দি ফিল দ্যাট দিস থিংস আর ইম্পর্টেন্ট অ্যান্ড উই হ্যাভ টু document this kind of rights in our constitution? Actually কি হয়েছিল, ওরা বুঝেছিল যে this thing, India being a diverse country, having so many kinds of religion, culture, linguistic people, one day they are going to suffer many kinds of problems, isn't it? Because there will be discrimination, there will be exploitation with each other, there will be problems like superiority, inferiority, or some kind of exploitations like the rich will be exploiting the weaker section. So this kind of problems they understood from the very beginning. See, even during the time when Britishers were there, this kind of things existed, okay. So what happened, they understood that we have to address this kind of problems and have to provide a solution for the future, betterment of the future and betterment of this country, so that the citizens cannot have to face this kind of problems in future. The problems which we have faced during the time when our country was not independent, what happened, we faced many kind of this kind of exploitation. So they understood that we have to address each and every problem of this country, so that the people can enjoy the life they will have after the independence of this country. So what happened, the first right, that is the right to equality, was given. So the right to equality. So what do you mean by equality? When we hear the term equality, what do we understand? কি সমান, সবাইকে সমানভাবে দেখা, isn't it? তো এটা কেন দেওয়া হয়েছে যে তোমরা তো হয়তো এরকম মনে আসতে পারে উই আর অল ইকুয়াল ইজন্ট ইট, উই আর গোয়িং টু দ্য সেম স্কুল, we are living in the same country, then why we need this right that is in the name of equality. See, our country is having a very distinct features, like unique features, like different communities, different religion, different culture. So at one point in time what happens, if a small group of people are having one kind of religion and a big number of people are having one religion, so at one time what happens, it feels like the one having a large number of people having one religion, at one point in time they are becoming superior, isn't it? And they are steadily what they are doing is that they are trying to suppress the small group and trying to influence their way of thinking, their religion to the small group of people. So what happens, ultimately the people who are the member of this small group, they feel neglected, they feel inferiority, they feel that they are not being treated in the way they should be treated. Okay, so what happens, this kind of problems arises, and obviously at one point in time it would happen that these people will be quarreling among themselves, because they will realize that the way they wanted to live, the way they wanted to pursue their religion or their culture, they are not in a position to protect it, because the superior group are what they are doing, they are suppressing them, or they are trying to influence their way of thinking upon them, isn't it? So what happens, this kind of chaos will start in the society. So not only in this aspect, in many other aspects what happens, this kind of chaos comes in front. Okay, so what happens, the people realize that see, we need to safeguard this kind of chaos, and not only to safeguard the chaos, but we also need to protect the ideology, the way they think. We have to protect each and every group, each and every thought of the people we are having, we are deciding together, as we are residing together. In the first class I said that we cannot leave a section of people and continue the state, isn't it? We said that we cannot continue our state in a perfect manner by leaving a section of people, what section of people behind us. We cannot continue like this. We have to include them, we have to take along with them, so that we can continue in a smooth manner, and so that we can develop our state day by day, but we cannot do this leaving a section of the people behind us. So we need equality. Why? This right we need. See, if it is not documented, at what will happen, at what time this right will just go vanish, it will vanish from our society, because things are there, as I said, the superior group will try to suppress, day after day what will happen, the smaller group cannot fight back, isn't it? Because they are small in number. So what will happen, if this right is not documented, this kind of right is not there, that this kind of laws are not there to protect them, then what will happen, at one point of time we will realize that the ideology or the religion this small group was having is totally vanished, it got extinct from the society. So we need what, this kind of equality, that we need this kind of law, that where it says that everyone will be equal in this society, no one will be discriminated on the basis of their religion, just because they have different religion, just because they speak different language, or they are performing different or having different culture, isn't it? On the basis of some color, caste or race, this kind of what happened, caste, just because of some different caste we cannot discriminate them. What happens, that we need a law which says that everyone is equal, and we cannot discriminate them just on the basis of some social grounds like religion, caste, creed, these things, isn't it? Next is what, I hope you understood equality, that everyone is equal in the eye of law, and no one will be discriminated by the law. In the eye of law, no one will be discriminated on the basis of some social grounds. Okay, the next is right to freedom. Now why we need right to freedom, it is another important topic we need to understand. See, when you are leading a life, what happens, when you are growing up, at one point of time you will realize that okay, I need to go, I need a job, so I have to, for better opportunity I should transfer from here, from my area to my region to another region, to for example we are residing on a rural area, isn't it? So we will realize that for better opportunities we should go to the cities so that we can earn more, earn in a better way, we can lead a better life, we can get better facilities. So talking about right to freedom, as I said as an example that for a better opportunity you want to migrate or go from rural area to city life. So you should not be you should not be prevented from going there just because you reside on one region. Likewise, freedom of right to freedom gives us another rights like freedom of speech. What do you understand by freedom of speech? That is, for example, you want to say something. For example, you are not satisfied with the laws made by your government. Then you should have the speech. You should have the right to say something which you feel, isn't it? If some laws are there that you should not speak or you will be jailed or you will be punished, then what will happen? Then you can never able to speak what you want to speak, isn't it? You can never express the feelings you are having towards the government. Or for example, you are not happy with the laws that the government are making. Then if you don't have the right of speech, of speaking what you want, then what will happen? It will affect your life, isn't it? Because you are not happy with this, because why you are not happy? Because the law the government is making is not good for your life, isn't it? It's not helping to develop yourself or your area or your community, isn't it? That's why you want to speak. So what happens? Right to freedom give you the this right that you can speak. No one will stop you from speaking what you feel, or it also gives what you thought. For example, if there are laws that says that you cannot think in this way or in that way. For example, you want to become a scientist, but your thought is like this, your wishes are like this. But what happens? There are some laws that no, if we have selected this region for scientists, from this region people will be teachers, from this region people will be doctors, then what will happen? This is again a problem, isn't it? You cannot develop yourself, you cannot express the thoughts you are having in your mind, because the things are specified by the government, which is against of your views, isn't it? Against your opinion, so that you need to express this. So this freedom of this equality, this right to freedom give you the right of speech, right to thought, right to movement, right to assembly. For example, say now you will understand these things now. For example, now there is lockdown situation, isn't it? You cannot assemble here and there. Government is, see, this time what happens? Government is doing for the betterment of you, isn't it? It is trying to prevent you from falling sick or getting infected by the coronavirus. But what happens? Just for example, it's a normal situation, okay, and you want to do a meeting here. For example, for a cultural program, you want to come together and do assembly. But if the government has some laws like you cannot come together, more than 10 people cannot come together to assemble, this kind of laws, or if this kind of laws are there, then what will happen? Then you are going to face a problem, isn't it? In short, under this right, that is under the right to freedom, you have the right of speech, right of expression, right of thought, right of movement from one place to another, right to assemble, right to do a meeting. This kind of rights are given to the citizens of this country, so that they can enjoy these rights and can make them useful for the development of their personality or their life, or so that they can কি ওদের একটা যেন জীবনযাপন করতে কোনো ধরনের অসুবিধা না হয়, যেমন এজন্য এই অধিকারটা দেওয়া হয়েছে। এখানে তোমরা যা বলতে চাইছো বা তোমাদের টটকে কোনো ধরনের রেস্ট্রিকশন করা হবে না। গভর্নমেন্ট ক্যান নট put restrictions on your speech, on the freedom of your expression. এখানে কি হবে? এর ধরনের কোনো ধরনের রেস্ট্রিকশন ওরা করতে পারবে না। So however, some kinds of restrictions are put whenever necessary on the basis of the situation which comes around, okay. কারণ প্রয়োজন মতো সরকার কি করে কিছু সময় কি করে কোনো ধরনের রেস্ট্রিকশন গুলো দেওয়া হয়। Sometimes assemble করে দেওয়া হয় না। For example, at now during this lockdown period, what happens? Government is not allowing to assemble us, isn't it? That's why we are taking this kind of classes, because we cannot go to the schools, to the institutions, isn't it? So কি হয়, এই ধরনের কিছু restriction time to time দেওয়া হয় as per the need of the situation or need of the time. Okay, next. Next right টা হচ্ছে right against exploitation. So what do you understand by the term exploitation? Exploitation শব্দটা কেন আসছে বা exploitation বলতে কি বুঝো? Exploitation কি? Exploitation means what? Exploitation means that you are, for example, a poor man is there, okay, he is working, he is a laborer and he works on the basis of daily wage system. So exploitation কখন হবে? যখন for example তুমি একজন you are a rich person and you are hiring this person for the work you have for some work at your house, okay, so the person is coming and working all day long, but what happens at the end of the day? You are saying, see, for example, the wage is selected as 300 or 500 rupees. I'm just giving an example, okay, so just 300 rupees, but since he is poor, he cannot talk back to you, but or he has some other problems. If you are not providing the money, then he cannot lead his livelihood, isn't it? That's why what you are getting a chance to exploit him. What you are doing, that instead of giving his due fees like 300 rupees, you are giving 150 and asking him to leave. You are saying, just go, this much is sufficient for you and just leave. This kind of things you are doing, then this is called exploitation. Why you are doing it? Just because he is a weak person than you and you are stronger than him, you are trying to exploit him. You are just, what to say, you are just trying to suppress him by your power, and you are what? Taking advantage of him. This kind of things is known as exploitation, okay. So under this right, what comes under this right? Things like human trafficking. These things are, human trafficking means what happens in some rural areas or in some remote areas. You will find that people are still, at this period of time, you will find that people are being sold, women are sold or men are sold, poor kids are sold to the richer peoples to earn some money, or these kids are what is going to happen with them, that they will go there to the owner of the owner to whom they are being sold, and they will let them to work all day long. They will not get this kind of facilities like education and this kind of things they are not having, and they cannot have a life they want to have, or they cannot choose their life. The owners of these people are, what they are doing, they are leading the life the way the owner wants, okay, not in the way they want to live, but on the wishes of their owner. So this kind of things are there. Human trafficking means just selling the persons, okay. This things is known as this is known as human trafficking. Beside another, like under this comes like child labor. So I think you know the law, some laws are made that is on the to prevent child labor. Under this exploitation, as I said, some laws are made that you cannot do human trafficking. The law saves people from doing such kind of activities. This kind of preventions are that humans cannot be sold in the market, or this kind of business will not be done. This is against the law, and it is against the right of a human being. A person cannot be sold. It is not the right, because a person, if he is sold, then he becomes a material. He doesn't have a life of his own. That's why laws are made that this kind of things can be abolished from the society, and people can have a life of their own, have a life of their choice, that no one can do this kind of discrimination just because they are poor, just because they are weak in the society. This kind of discrimination this kind of exploitation will not be there, and this the right that is against, there are right against exploitation that you can be prevented from. You can go to the court to, if this kind of things are happening with you, then what will happen? The law, the court will save you. The laws of this country will save you from getting in this kind of exploitation or having exploited in this manner. Beside this, as I said, some other things like child laborers are there. Child labor means, see, a kid, now laws are like laws are there which tells that education is a basic right, and everyone should the minimum, the kids should have the fundamental education, like at least up to primary, up to 10 you have to, you are going to get the education. The government is going to provide you the education. So if child labor is there in the society, then what will happen? A kid is going to earn money, isn't it? He is not going to the school. Instead, he is going to some low wage given some low wage systems are there, like in restaurant a kid is provided 10 rupees, 20 rupees in a day. So this kind of laborers are there in this society. So under this, what happens, the laws protects these kids from getting exploitation from their education. So next is right to freedom of religion. So what do you understand by the right to freedom of religion? Why this is important? See, a country like India where there are many religious people residing from this side to that region, from north to south. There are many religions you will find that are residing, the people are residing in this country. So why we need this right? Because if the country discriminates people on the basis of religion, then it will be a problem in this society. There will be chaos, there will be non-development, people will be discriminated, then there will be many kind of social problems, as I already discussed in the first class. So what happens this under this right, what happens, it says that India is a secular country, it doesn't have a state religion, it doesn't gives any religion in this country is not given any privileges. All the religions are treated equally, all the religions are what, equal before the eye of law, and no one will be discriminated on the basis of religion. It says beside this, the constitution says that the state cannot discriminate any people on the basis of religion, and everyone has the right to preach, practice, that is, you have the right to practice your own religion. No one is going to force you to practice or take any other religion, that is, you will not be forced to profess any other religion. You have the right to profess your practice your own religion, to believe in your own religion, and if anyone is trying to suppress you or trying to influence the religion and you, then the law is there to protect you. So it comes under the right to freedom of religion, that you have the right to practice your own religion. Next is cultural and educational rights, as likewise the next is cultural and educational rights. So under this right, what it speaks about is that every community, every linguistic or cultural community, every small, that is especially it is protecting the rights of the minorities of this country. There are small groups, small communities are there, isn't it? In here and there are very small communities residing in this country, and what happens, their culture is very much different from the majority group, isn't it? Everyone, if you see, even in we as Bengalis, we are having one culture, Assamese people have another culture. If you going to the south, then you will find they are having different culture. If you are going to another part of even northeast India, then you will find different kind of cultures are there. So what happens under this right, that is the right and cultural and educational right, what is happens, it protects the culture, that is you are given the right to have your own culture, protect your own culture, practice your own culture, and no one is going to stop you or trying to or force you to change the cultures, and or no one is going to force you to take their culture, and you are allowed to practice your own culture. Another thing is that along with cultural, the constitution gives you the right to have the education. Every minority group, every small group of this country, every people, each individual has the right to have the education, to have the basic education. No one is going to stop you, no one is going to force you to leave your education just on the basis of some region, just because you are from different region, or for just because you are having different religion or different culture or different language. This kind of discrimination will be not there, and this right protects you that you can have your education, and the law is going to protect the, if anyone is going to is not allowing you or prohibiting you to if anyone is going to prevent, is trying to prevent you to take the education, then the laws are there which is going to help you, which is going to protect you from such discrimination, and under this you are having the right to have the education. And the last one, that is right to constitutional remedies. So what is this? See, for each and every single thing, what we need a guardian to protect the things, isn't it? See, for example, your school is there, if your teachers are there, your classrooms are there, what happens? You are coming to the school and taking classes, but what happens, the teachers are taking your classes and the principal is a guardian, isn't it? So what happens if the teachers are not taking proper class, then you need what, you need a guardian to say that, to complain to, so that he can protect, he can ensure that the teachers are taking your classes, isn't it, that he is playing the sole role. Likewise, what happens to protect all the other rights, the sixth right, that is the right to constitutional remedies, you can say that this is the guardian of all this, this is the guardian of all these rights. What it is doing, that you are having the right to go to the court. This right is giving you the right to you to go to the court if any of this kind of these rights are being what, if any of this right is, you are being prevented to, you are being prevented or you are not allowed to enjoy this, all these rights, then this right is there which gives you the right to go to the court and complain. And the right to constitutional remedies, what it does, that it gives, it allows you, it gives you the right to go to the court so that your rights can be secured, no one can exploit you, no one can prevent you to enjoy this kind of rights. The Supreme Court of India is the sole guardian of our constitution, isn't it? You can go there and you can complain there. As I said, this is the guardian of, to protect all these rights that we are going to enjoy, we are enjoying under the constitution. So it is the guardian which is protecting all this, which is allowing, which is giving the right that to protect all this right, to enjoy all this right, and if you are not, if you are discriminated or getting exploited, then this right is going to protect us. The Supreme Court of India is going to protect us and protect these rights for us, and we are allowed to go to the Supreme Court so that this we can, so that we can complain, and if we are being discriminated, কি হয় আমরা সুপ্রিম কোর্টে যেতে পারবো, and সুপ্রিম কোর্ট দ্বারা কি হবে, আমাদের আলটিমেটলি কি আমাদের একটা এই রাইটটা কি দিয়েছে যে আমরা কোর্টে যেতে পারি, আমাদের যদি কোনো ধরনের এক্সপ্লয়েট করা হচ্ছে বা আমাদের এই রাইটসগুলো যদি কোনো একটা গভর্নমেন্ট আসছে বা কোনো একটা ল হয়ে যাচ্ছে বা আমাদের সোসাইটিতে কিছু প্রবলেমস হয়ে যাচ্ছে, যার দ্বারা কি হচ্ছে আমাদেরকে কি হচ্ছে এই রাইটসগুলো এনজয় করতে বাধার সৃষ্টি করা হচ্ছে, দেন কি হচ্ছে আমরা কি কোর্টে যেতে পারবো, and we are going to enjoy this rights, and we are going to protect our rights on the help of this right, isn't it? So Kim, what do you understand after this class, that fundamental rights are the rights which is very much important. For without this we cannot develop ourselves, without this we cannot lead a good life in a country, and the Constitution of India provides these fundamental rights so that we can lead a good life, we can enjoy these rights for the development of ourselves, and the Constitution gives the sole responsibility to the state to provide these rights, these fundamental rights to the citizens so that they can have a better life, and with this what happens, the state can develop with its citizens. So that's much today. We are going to discuss the other topics of this from the chapter in the next class. Until then, take care. Thank you.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel and also press this bell icon.